Good night, fellow punchers. The clock on the wall is 10:20. I'm down with the langers. I had such a good sleep last week one night, I decided to come back to try and get another one. But regardless of where I am tonight, I think I'll sleep well. Long day today. We're out at the traps early at what time? I was up at 6:15 after going to bed at about 12. Went to a party last night, only had 2 pints, left it around 11:30 when she was just beginning to rock. I'd say it was all hours when they left it. It was karaoke, and they hadn't even started singing themselves. And I'd say when they did, it'd be hard to stop them. So I headed for Dublin, 2-hour drive, grand traffic on a Sunday morning. Picked up Americans that didn't surface until about 9:15 at on Parnell Street, and headed for Waterford, no stop. So that was another over 2 hours. Waterford Crystal. We landed there about 20 to 12, and they were to leave at 1 o'clock, but it was 2:20. They decided to have the dinner unknown to me. But one of them that was going later than the rest of them had come over to me and said, "Do you want to join us?" And I said no, because I'd only be too tired. I was getting tired at the time. So from Waterford then we headed another 2-hour journey to Blarney. They wanted to kiss the Blarney Stone. Got there at 4:45. You have to be in before 5 for the last hour. It closed at 6. So I left there at about 6:10 and back to the River Lee Hotel, a grand spot. Behind me there, this side, is the Lee. I'm looking out over, it's right out, a great room. So I had quick bit to eat. Well, I had a sandwich and tea in Blarney. You get that complimentary for bus drivers. Had a bit down the street and had 2 pints of Guinness, and good Guinness it was in Costigan's. I forgot to check the price. It didn't come up because I paid by card, but it was good. Came back here then and fell asleep for half an hour on the bed, and decided then to do a video. So not too bad now. So I'll get this into the oven and get it cooking and get to bed. We're heading for Killarney tomorrow. So I'll probably go the same route through Glengariff and that up Caha Pass and whatever. Might pull into Molly Gallivan's and back into Kenmare. I know whether they're going to go to the show tomorrow night or not. I'll recommend to them that to do. Since I chatted to you last night, I'd picked 4 in Saratoga last night, 3 seconds and a third. And my first hunch yesterday was that Sierra Leone is a dodge. And I said, no. I said, give him one more chance. I said, they'll surely haven't juiced up and whatever with Lasix and everything last night, because it was a grade 1. Because if he didn't win last night, he'd have no business going to the Classic and the Breeders' Cup, but he wouldn't win it. And that Fierceness had won the Juvenile and the Breeders' Cup, and won since, and went with Sierra Leone. Heap of money for him. It was 113. It was shorter than 2 to 1, I think, in the finish. I think. Can't remember. But he ran no sort of a race at all. He's a pure pig. 2.5 million. I bet you that wish they had that money back now. Coolmore is involved in that. Silla, that was the one I sort of fancied, but it didn't get out in time. There's one thing about the American racing. If you don't get position early, they can only go the one speed. They don't quicken. It's what the ones tire out at the front, and the ones then that has a bit of stamina left will outstay them up the stretch. But never got there because the ones up front didn't tire. Today we had 2 selections. That Queerat, I was listening to the 2 of them on the phone coming across. I didn't see either of them, only heard the race. So I got up towards the line. I don't know how well it won, but the softish ground, I suppose, was the key to that. God, what do you call that one? The Haggisons. We'd backed that once before. I should have went with that instead of going with Tony Montana, but the fact that we backed Tony Montana the last time and we got place money, I thought things might suit. But he didn't get feck all of a mention. I don't know what happened to him. Was it the ground or what? I didn't get a chance to look back. So anyway, we had 3-1 winner with 2 horses. We come out slightly on top. And if we're winning, we're not losing. Tomorrow, Monday, I have 4 horses, and they're not that big in prices, so what I suggest is we do cross doubles and trebles and a small accum, in the hope that maybe that the 4 of them might win. But even if 2-1, you nearly get enough to clear you for the day. In the 242 at Epsom, Summer of Love, to be ridden by Oisin Murphy for Sabin Sarur. I was saying there a number of weeks back that he was on a bad stretch. He hadn't had a winner from October until about June, I think. But he's going fairly well lately. And this horse, it won. Where are we? Why did you do that? What did I do? It's slightly enough raced. 2 out of 3 in the all-weather and a second on the turf, but it ran in Ascot, and if you look at that race, I won't play it, it was over a mile, but it was in the lead at the 7 furlong pole, and then back the last day in over 7 furlongs in Donny. It stayed on fairly well to be a third to Persuasion and Arcadian Thunder. That was in a decent race.
With a big effort,
That's him
a
out in
furlong and a
front.
half left to go. Summer of Blood takes over from Persuasion. Diamond on the hill. Regindri Orange Silks is running on strongly as well. Inside the final furlong, Summer of Love against the rail from Persuasion. Acadian Thunder from out of the clouds is rattling home down the centre. Acadian Thunder has got there. Acadian Thunder.
He probably didn't even know himself that he got bet there. He ran well enough. 7 furlongs seems to be his trip. Oisin Murphy taking over from a £3 claimer. Went up £1 for that. There's a 3-year-old there, Son of Man, is vying for... No, he's outsider. Sorry, Bobby Benu. Anyway, that's the pick. We have another one at Epsom as well, in a race that we had. I think we had the 1-2 in last year. Belgo Prince won it for Tony Martin. But the Becca Jared is going well, and Simon Walker is one of the best amateur or gentleman jockeys. Are they not all gentlemen? This switched yard from Simon Crisford to and the first race for Ray Beckett in Epsom, over 10 furlongs. Good class race, decent horses all around him. We'll have a quick peep at it, because this race tomorrow is 1-4. He won then in York after that of 80, was put up a few pound and ran decent enough in Ascot. But if you look at this race in Epsom, he handled the track, came around Tattenham Corner, not too bad. This is him back here. Keep an eye on him. At one stage he'll fall out the back of the television coming up the stretch, but he'll run on.
From Sweet Reward, Haunted Dream running a little unevenly down the hill. It's been a troubled passage. It's still Bolster then from Sweet Reward as they round Tattenham Corner, followed by King's Code. On the inside, Kenny Begg's Warrior. Liberty Lane has every chance from there. They're chased by Lord Melbourne. Loyal Touch is locked away. The inside will need plenty of brakes. Out wide is City Street. Haunted Dream now coming there pretty strongly as they race on down the home straight, and it's Bolster trying to fend off multiple challengers. Sweet Reward second, King's Code. Here's Haunted Dream blasting down the outside from Killybegg's Warrior. Paradias from the back of the field. Bolster clinging on from Haunted Dream. Out wide is Paradias as they run down to the final furlong. It's Bolster by a couple of lengths. Kicks again from Haunted Dream. Paradias charging down the outside. Bolster all the way. 3 lengths to Paradias racing up towards the line. Bolster in the hands of Pierre-Louis Germain is going to hold on. Bolster wins from his second. Paradias. Derry Lad making very good progress down the outside for third, then Haunted.
He fairly tipped up the middle lane when he got a bit of rope there. Extra 2 furlongs. Good jockey. Bit of luck. Should see him right there. Ayrton Cagney is right there for the Brookhouse yard. He done us a good turn the other day. He's second favourite. Lord Melbourne opened at 7-2 earlier. So there's money for him. It looks like he was kept for this race back on the track. So there's 2. Then in Downpatrick, we have a hot favourite in St Denis as well for Ian Donoghue, Keith riding. The reason being he's 91 over hurdles and he is 120. So that's what, £29. The difference between hurdles and chasing. Now the last time he was hurling, he was 92. He was 5th. Now you see that sometimes and it looks like they're thrown in, but they might be better at over the big ones rather than the small ones. Going to take him on with Jerry Kane's horse there, Ragman's Corner. This came to me bulbs the day he was behind Shoda. He hadn't ran for a couple of months and he had a decent run there behind the Big Cloud. We were on the Big Cloud that day in April, but he ran on the flat there at 40-1. He wasn't bet an awful lot. Handbrake on. Handbrake off here the last day. I think 10-1 into 7-4 favourite in Ballinrobe over 2 miles, 165 yards. Didn't settle at all. He hadn't ran, you see, on over the jumps. But this is him here. But watch what happens. And he hadn't settled. He had used up a lot of petrol to that.
Feet as they race downhill. The remaining 12 runners very tightly grouped. It's still so easy way with the narrow advantage. Done no favours though by the loose horse. So too is Ragman's Corner. But they managed to stay in the contest. So nothing at all. Probably the chief benefactor got a dream passage with the cheek pieces on the inside. Cottage Artist, the 11-year-old, making good ground, making a line of 4 as they race inside the final 3 furlongs. Ragman's Corner, after that interference, has the narrow advantage over Cottage Artist on his immediate inside. Say nothing at all from Sydney Cruiser. The Vegas Raider in the orange sleeves make good ground. He has to do so wide round rivals as Ragman's Corner was safely at over the final flight. The Vegas Raider in the orange sleeves. Sydney Cruiser is the one that tries to go between rivals. After these then races Cottage Artist, and in the nick of time the Vegas Raider trying to press Ragman's Corner. Sydney Cruiser's in behind these. The Vegas Raider and Ragman's Corner. The Vegas Raider, Danny Gilligan quick.
He looked all over a winner. If he had another hurdle, he definitely would have won that, in my humble opinion. He's 94 with a £5 claimer. Did he go up anything for that? He got up £3. Same jockey. We'll take on that what looks to be a well handicapped horse with him. And then there's a bus horse in Ballinrobe. Mordor. It done us a good turn the last day. Won it in Downpatrick after running well in Galway. And if you look at the Galway race, he beat Pigeon House by what, nearly 10 lengths, and there were level weights. I was saying stepping up and trip, and it's 2-2 and 50 yards tomorrow. He's given him He was level away at that time, beaten by 10 lengths. He's giving him £2 tomorrow, so he should, but I'm saying should, beat him again. But in a 5-horse race, soft ground, it's a bit of an if, but there's the 4. So cross doubles and trebles in a small acume. And there's 1 horse then on the go. Keep it separate to those. It's a horse we backed a long time ago on his first run for Tony Britton. The reason being he's well bred. And he's rated 60 now. We took a punt on him that day. It was the 8th of January in Newcastle. And he was off 100 to 1. He's only beaten 3.5 lengths. So that was off 71. So he was down £11. But he has ran, it looks like 6 furlongs. Might be alright for him. But he was 33 to 1 the last day after having a couple of months off. And the handbrake was, or 2 of them, was completely on. But yet he ran into 3rd at 33 to 1. To think that the brake improved him somewhat.
Well back in the field as they reach the top of the straight just outside the last quarter mile. Away to the left off the gallop at this stage, Rogue de Vega. Wyvern still last of all, and on down to the last furlong. It's here that Monsieur Patar powers on into the lead. Takes it off LDR. Not just yet up the rail is running on. Rogue de Vega out wide is also finishing off strongly. Monsieur Patar not just yet is closing in. Monsieur Patar clinging on from not just yet with Rogue de Vega in 3rd, then LDR and Revolution just ahead.
You drop £1 for that. Cam Hardy takes over tomorrow. Maybe just an each way bet on that. He's related to I can't think of it now. Somebody will, and I will think of it whenever. When I have it in Dublin. $14 to 1, paying 3 places. I was just looking at I didn't answer them back, but I just looked at the comments there. I seen one of the last comments left by Cyril Rene asking about parking advice, going to a concert in Croke Park. There's parking at the Croke Park Hotel. It's free for guests. Well, you can get your ticket, and you can get it validated if you're a guest in the hotel, but you can pay for it yourself as well. And then at the back of the that's the Croke Park Hotel. It's just directly across from the Hogan stand, and behind that there's an outdoor car park, safe there as well. You have to pay, I think it's £20 a day, but you can stay overnight or whatever. But there's on Elizabeth Street, which is just up the 5-minute walk. It's a quiet street, and that'd be the safest place, and you don't have to pay. Just Google Elizabeth Street. I often park there, going to matches. And an update on our friend Fergal Guihan, who is in Iran, cycling at this. Well, he didn't cycle the last few days. He had promised his mother that he wouldn't go through Iran, but the Azerbaijan or some country, Azerbaijan or something, it was closed off, so he had to get going there, and he got on great with people for the first until the other day, but he got into a bit of bother. He got drugged and tried to be robbed by some one-off character. And he fought him off, as any good Rossi would do. He wasn't giving up the money to Handy or the bike or whatever he wanted to bring. So he had a lot of cuts and scrapes, and he was in the hospital, and he got 7 stitches in his foot. So he's there now, and I was trying to get a hold of him today, but internet has problems. I was trying to have a chat with him. My heart goes out to him, the poor lad. He's over 24,000 collected already. It's going to slow him up. The end date in Australia, and his mother is probably worried stiff, I would imagine, since this happened. So he's in good spirits though, but it's a pity it did happen. Now his phone got damaged, but he had it recorded, and your man was identified and arrested. So, and there was nothing taken. It's just he had a bad experience. So I'll try and touch base with him in the next couple of days. I think his birthday is in 3 days' time. I remember asking him that when I interviewed him there last March. So I might try and get a hold of him on his birthday. I wish him good luck. So I hope that's the only thing that happens to him. Anyway, Bash the Bookies over and out.